What up, 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 and what up some more, and what up, and what up, and what up again. What's good, baby Paul? We are in the building. It is Brooklyn Beards and Ball Sports Show. It has been a minute. Y'all see, it is the trifecta. We are back once again. It's Scrap, it's Don, it's your boy Rod. We are back, y'all. It's been a minute since all three of us have been together. You know how to get, schedules are hectic, man. We got family, we got lives just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, it's playoff time. So we had to be in the building. And there's only one of the three standing. So, he going to get a lot of stuff aimed at him today. But don't worry. Scrap's got big
a lot
shoulders.
of hate.
He's handling it. All the hate that's coming. You know what I mean? He a big boy. He ready
Call
for the stuff that's coming. But listen, we need y'all to like. We need you to share. We need you to do your thing on YouTube. We need you to do your thing on Facebook. We need you to make sure you do your thing. And you can do your thing on TikTok till tomorrow. But nevertheless, that's what's up, man. Listen, it's all good. We are in the building. It's Rod, Don, Scrap. Fellas, what's good? Yo, Scrap, we'll start with you, Scrap. What's good, man? How you feeling? Feeling playoff heat? Feeling playoff-ish?
Man, listen, I'm feeling festive, man. Whatever 'tis the season, as they say, man. In the words of Barnell Hill, did you miss me? Because here I am, I'm back. But no, I mean, I'm good, man. Coaching. Tomorrow will probably be our last game because we in a double elimination type of situation for the playoffs, and the team we play tomorrow is the only team that we beat this season. So we might live to play another day, or the season might end tomorrow. So either way, it was a cool season, man. I finally got these kids, believe in themselves a little bit more than they did.
That's what's
up. And we're just gonna keep working. I told them I'm just gonna keep them in the gym after the season's over. We're gonna keep working. Because a lot of them, I'm only losing like 3 players. So a lot of them coming back. So
I got a suggestion. Forward that speech to Sirianni. What you just said. Forward that to him.
That's not a Super Bowl speech, man. That's just
no. It was a good season. We only gonna lose 3 players. We're gonna be right back in the gym. That's nice. I think you can maybe forward that to him.
He's this is why moving forward we are sworn enemies.
No, we're not.
Sworn enemies. Sworn enemies on the gridiron. Yes, we are. Last year, we didn't even do him like that last year. I'm sitting there getting.
Wait a minute. What do you mean you didn't do me like that? First of all, you guys. Okay, so it was a lot of. No. There was a lot of false. There was a lot of false alignment, and we band together for this week to beat the other person's team.
I never band with a Cowboy fan.
Man, listen.
I wouldn't even let him band with me. I couldn't even allow that. I'll get
ever. I just stepped. What we did was we stepped back and let you have your moment. I get in the text message, y'all coaching, y'all tell us, oh no, you gotta stack the box, and then you gotta do this, you gotta call a stud. I'm like, these guys really trying to coach against me? Oh my goodness.
No, we wasn't. I mean, listen, it is what it is.
All
right. Without further ado, let's get into it. We didn't even do the intro yet. Let's get to the intro. Okay, this is the divisional round, right? I think this should be the best of the rest, right? These are the teams that have either had buys, had an opportunity to rest, or won last week and were able to advance to the divisional round. So we got some pretty good games. Last week was a little disappointing. Outside of the Washington game, which was, pretty exciting. Of course, we had a major upset with the Chargers completely laying an egg. But outside of that, I think it was pretty chalky. The teams that were supposed to advance did advance. This week, I think, could be potentially another chalky week, right? We have some really big favorites, right? And teams that we think have did better than what was expected, but okay, it's time to pack it in. Like everyone expects Washington to lose, right? Everyone expects the Texans to lose, right? Because they're up against, these really juggernaut teams. But we're going to discuss the games.
You forgot the Rams.
Well, I didn't mention the Rams. I didn't forget.
You forgot them. You forgot to say.
No, they have a winning culture. They have a veteran quarterback, Super Bowl champ. And I think that there is a level. The reason why I didn't mention the Rams, it wasn't by mistake. It was I don't consider them as big of a and I know what Saquon did in week 12. I can't take anything away from that. But I do think I didn't mention it because I think McVay, Stafford, they kind of balance it a little more. Their skill, their ability, and the way, the Rams defense has been playing over the last 3 or 4 weeks. I think although the Eagles should be favored, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be favored, but I don't think it is in the eyes of people. There is more possibility that the Rams upset. God. Listen, I would think if we asked 100 people, what would you be more surprised if the Rams beat the Eagles or if the Texans beat the Chiefs? Most people would say that we'd be more surprised if the Texans beat the Chiefs. Would you say that, or you? I mean, I know you wouldn't say it.
I would say that. Yeah, I would say that.
Okay, so that's what. So I don't know what the air being released is about.
I don't have access to the switchboard, but here's my Michael Jordan meme.
Oh, okay. I'll help you with that. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
To the switchboard, so I got.
Let me see if I can find.
I got to do mine by hand.
Got to do yours by hand, right?
Yeah, I got to do mine by hand. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. No problem. Anytime. I can give you them anytime. Just let me know. They're on call. Let's.
All right.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna say MJ me. Or I'm gonna say Denzel me. Please Denzel me. All right. Yeah. That's how we gonna do this. Yeah. Because that was just crazy.
Okay. Let's talk about the first game.
Oh,
Texans versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City has been. I think the last game they played was Christmas Day, so they've had a long rest. But of course, with having Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and of course Andy Reid. I don't think a rust issue will be the case because they're obviously back-to-back champions trying to do something that no team has ever done when, back-to-back NFL championships. So I don't think rest impacts them the same way that they would maybe impact a wild card team or someone that snuck in that kind of needs to keep the momentum going into a pivotal playoff game. The way the Texans defense played last week, I think the only opportunity they have, because to a degree with Mixon being hurt, they are one-dimensional, right? I think the Texans run game is going to be pretty much non-existent. And of course, Nico Collins, who is a great receiver, Kansas City, Spagnuolo could kind of try to take him away. And then you got, some secondary receivers, Minchie and some other people that's not going to really put any fear in anyone. So I think they're going to have to win on defense. If the Texans have any shot whatsoever, it's going to have to be, a sack fumble, maybe a pick six, something to kind of balance it out because Kansas City, they've been there, done that. Clearly, they have a decent run game. Of course, they have receivers. Now Hollywood Brown is playing. You have Xavier Worthy, and of course, you have Travis Kelce. So there's from an
Hopkins playing too.
Who's that?
DeAndre Hopkins playing too.
Oh, of course.
He's not hurt, is he? Okay.
He's playing. Yeah. They have weapons, right?
Compliment.
Yeah, of course. So I think the only thing that you could do to offset it is not let Patrick Mahomes, because you're not going to be able to have long sustaining drives without a real running back, right? So you're going to have to really get Patrick Mahomes uncomfortable. And I will suggest this. If he tries to do that, running the side, take him,
out.
Knock him next week. Knock him to next week. Don't let him do that little,
fake out of bounds.
Fake out of bounds.
He's still dealing with some PTSD from that Mahomes run against y'all.
Yeah, because it was I think from a quarterback standpoint, it's an illegal play. It's a play that should not be allowed. You should not act like you're going out of bounds because you know that the defender defense is skewed to protect the quarterback, and then when you understand that they're pulling up, you continue to bolt down the sideline.
I don't care. That's not.
Yeah,
they call that a smart play. That's not a smart play. That's a
someone foolishly said it's a heady play, but it's not.
I think it's a heady play. I think if you got the sideline right there, all you got to do is just stay in position to push him. You ain't got to knock his block off, but if you got the sideline there and you know that's what he has a proclivity to do, then just hold your position as if you're going to hit him. But instead of coming with the thunder, just come to push him. That's all, and just push him out.
But if he does go out and you push him, now it's laundry on the field, and he gets 15 more yards.
No. All you got to do is if you got the
you got to kind of run around him and see what you're going to do. What you going to do, Pat? What you going to do? No.
Kind of guiding him towards that way. Now, if he's faking it and cutting it back into the field, which he doesn't do, he'll just act like he's going out of bounds, and then he'll just keep running. So if that's the case, just push him out of bounds.
That's it. I knock him in. Absolutely.
I agree.
It is an illegal play.
But you could do that too.
It is an illegal play. He should not be able to do that. And that is a cheat that they allow him to do. They allow a lot of quarterbacks to do.
I remember Pickett did it first.
You don't have Cooper Rush is not going to do it. But what I'm saying is, like, that's why he's So I just think it's a bad play. So I would think that DeMeco Ryans runs that defense in a way that they're going to put it to him. That's right.
Hear a whistle.
They're going to put it to him, rightfully so. Mm-hmm. But what do you guys say about this? I do think the Chiefs now. Draymond Green a couple of months ago, or maybe it was about a month and a half, 2 months ago, made a bold prediction that Kansas City was going to lose their first game in the playoffs. Now, that would be interesting if the Chiefs have this rest, come in and then lose to the Texans. Mm-hmm. I think the only shot that they have is if the Texans apply extreme pressure and get to Patrick Mahomes. What do you guys say?
So, but why did he say that though? Like he just
it was just, I think they were asking players like bold predictions, and he was saying that he thinks the Chiefs were going to lose in their first game. I don't think it was any rhyme or reason. I think overall he was saying that there's a higher level of competition, but if they're the number one seed, you're going to be playing the lowest seed that's left. So I don't know his logic necessarily, but I will say this. Yeah, it may be Draymond logic. It may be someone that would, try to trip someone if they just ridiculous logic. But I will say this. I do think, in my personal opinion, I take the field over the Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs will three-peat. I don't. I know
they're not going to three-peat.
I'm talking about the AFC, not the delusional. I don't think. I just don't think.
I know what that means, right? Y'all know watch today's game when Patrick Mahomes does this, like say after a bad throw,
he's talking to the ref. He's asking the ref, "Where's the flag?" This is throw the flag.
All right, enough playing, fellas. Yeah. You know what? I tried that play. I don't even know what Andy was doing right there on that. Come on back. You know what to do. All right, come on back, guys. Don't worry about it.
Give me the flag.
Watch. After every time we do that, watch they make a play. It's always a play after he does that, bro. Watch. You'll see today. You'll see. He does this. Let's get ready. It's a wrap. Huh?
I'll keep my eye out. Keep your
eye out on that. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you guys say about? What do you think? How do you think this game's going to go? Yeah. Just, what you think, what's going to happen, keys to victory, and we can start with getting some score predictions.
I got the Chiefs. What's the weather? It's cold in Kansas City right now?
Actually, the weather's it's cold, but the weather's not it's no inclement weather, I don't think.
It's going to be a far cry from a dome, right? Don't the Texans play in the dome?
27-9.
27-9.
Texans? No, they're playing in Kansas City.
I said the Texans play in the dome, though, right? It's going to be a far cry from a dome.
Yeah, it is. It'll be a far.
They're going to be cold, so it's going to be cold.
25 degrees.
Yeah, got to play in the elements.
As Utah, 25, like as Atlanta is shut to its core for
No, but 25 for NFL players and that's actually not.
Ask Miami. Ask Miami if 25 is cold. Well, that whole team is shut down.
I saw a picture from Atlanta when y'all got an inch of snow. I saw that picture of y'all highway. It looked
cars were spinning out. It was.
Oh my goodness!
When I lived there, it was.
That's crazy. How they do down here, man. Yeah, I was just telling Tom before you jumped on.
Like I Am Legend, man. Like Apocalypse. I'm like, what are they doing? It's a dust.
You gotta bring a gun. You gotta bring a gun to Walmart to make sure you got toilet tissue and a dog. Right, exactly.
The dog, yeah. They don't believe in because they don't want to mess up their roads. That's how they be. That's why they be like, yo, just stay off the roads because that salt eats up the asphalt, so they don't want that.
That's really it provides traction so that you don't spin around and slide. Like,
and that's true too. Yeah. That's true too.
You have it both ways, man.
But that's why they just tell everybody to stay off the roads, and everybody obeys. I told Don, I took my wife to the airport the day after that snow that you saw, and the roads was nice. I can't front; they were nice. Nobody was out there. You know what I mean? So if you know what you're doing, you're good. Yeah, but you know how it is down here. Yeah, in the south is whack. Yeah, with that. But for Houston, Texas don't get cold like Kansas City, obviously, but 25 degrees. I think. Listen, I'm gonna say this real quick. It's going to be – well, go ahead, Scrap. You didn't pick your score yet. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He did.
Yes, I did.
He picked it.
27-9.
27-9? Yeah, I'm about to say the same. I was going to say 24-9 because I hear what you're saying about their defense, D, but in the playoffs, you got to score points. Their defense is going to run – they're going to run down at some point. They can't keep getting stops and then, then having to get back out on the field because there's going to be a lot of 3-and-outs for Houston. Because they, like you said, Nick Collins is about only weapon they really got. So and McDuffie and he gonna shut all that down. It's a wrap.
Well, I don't know if he's gonna shut him down. I don't know if he's gonna shut Nico Collins down.
I think he
with help over the top, possibly. Yeah, they could take him away.
He's a good one-on-one corner though. He can hold his own. He's a very good corner.
I don't know if I can take your word for what you think a good corner is because The Cowboys corners that you say are good get roasted on a continual basis.
Oh, I mean Deron Bland, who was an All-Pro last year, and Diggs, who also was an All-Pro.
We're talking 2024 or 2023.
Oh, 2020. They was hurt. They both was hurt. They didn't play a full season. So I'm saying, what are we talking about? They play a full season.
Are you blaming Hurt? Are you blaming Hurt for them not being good?
Because if they're not hurt, then those guys. I mean, Diggs is a Pro Bowler and an All-Pro, and he led tied the season with the most interceptions in a year.
And what that get
corners have done? You ain't had a good corner since Dion.
And what'd that get him?
What do you mean? You asked about credibility of me mentioning about McDuffie based on in contrast to Cowboy cornerbacks, okay? And I'm telling you, I got cornerbacks over there. My corner now, Diggs didn't have a great season, but I don't think he was as healthy as he should have been. And then he got hurt again, so that was it. It was a wrap for him. I know you're into my corners.
I agree. Houston looks different
than the Houston team.
The defense was cooked.
Yeah, but they don't have no offense. Who's on their offense? Dell is out. Stephon is out. And you just said it, D. They got
Nico Collins is one dimension
out of Collins. And
they have no running game. Yeah, I think Mixon is not going to play. So, it's going to be tough.
Out? I thought he was questionable. So he's out?
Well, I don't know if he's going to play. He may grit it out, but, he was injured.
They got him questionable as far as the status as of now.
Well, he's an Antioch, Antioch product. He might fight through it. Shout out to the local Antioch.
Oh, is he from Antioch? Okay.
Yeah, he is. He's from Antioch.
Okay. So, shout out to Antioch.
Antioch, been in Antioch.
And what's your score, D?
Yeah, what you say?
I would go, I think 24-21. I'm going to go with Kansas City, but just by a field goal. I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be a closer game. I think it's going to be a field goal game. There might be a little rust for Kansas City. If they start slow, I think that benefits. The Texans. Kansas City sometimes can start off slow. They're feeling them out, but that's what champions do, right? They don't have to, try to jump on them right away. Well, listen.
I'm listening.
What championship? What are we talking about? Is anybody left on that championship team? You might have. Who's left?
Lane Johnson.
When y'all want
Lane Johnson, right? Yeah, Lane Johnson.
Is it true? I just figured this out. I just saw or heard Lane Johnson is 6'8". Is that true? That's ridiculous. I never knew he was that tall. But yeah, in any case.
And Myalata, I think he about the same size.
Really? Okay. Yeah. All right. So he'll be able to explain to him, how it is to get far and lose. And this is the thing. Saquon at the end of the day is going to kick himself for this. He's going to kick himself, and we're going to get to that, but he's going to kick himself that he didn't go ahead and at least get something out of this deal. Other than trying to bring some prominence to the running back position.
MJ me, please. MJ me, please.
Yeah. No give
problem.
him MJ. Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
How long? You taking too long though, D.
Can I get it?
Okay. No problem.
Yeah.
All right. So now I got to do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to moderate the show. I got to Molly Karam the show, and I got to make sure I have all the things coming in at the same time. I'm sorry. Let me make sure I'm on top of it. I'm on. I'm sorry.
All right. I give you that.
No, it's okay.
But
it's all right. I mean, that's what I'm here for.
Didn't he say
What'd you say?
Let me know what you need. Let me know what you need. Now,
okay.
Yeah. But Ron is all queued up for us.
Right, but Ron is. I mean, you still have to find. That's not the only ones I have. You have to find.
Segment of the show, he was still trying to see.
Okay.
But when you notice those,
no problem.
No problem. When he does it be up like boom.
No problem.
Yeah, when he got
his,
he's ready.
Ready.
No
he got the Denzel like.
Right.
He got all of it. I just
right, no problem.
I'm doing
no problem. All right. Yeah, all right. No problem. I got you now. I got you. No problem. I'll just do that even when y'all ain't saying that. And I'll just pull them up. Y'all be in the middle of your thought. I'll just come up with somebody and say something. It's cool. I'll do it. It's okay. All right. So we all basically have the Texans losing, right? Yes. You guys more so think it's going to be pretty much a blowout. You don't really, both of you don't have the Texans even scoring double digits, right? I think that's a mistake. Okay. I do think that they will cause a turnover, and I think it really depends on how fast Kansas City starts. If it's going to be a blowout or if it's going to be come down to the wire and it be a field goal game. Let's move on to the next game: Washington versus Detroit. Now, shout outs to my boy, The Marvelous. Detroit versus everybody. I know Detroit is, everyone's feeling good. But I think Washington, they did really well. Magic Johnson sent out his proverbial tweet about, who was doing something, and they took shots. It was pretty funny, and he took shots at Dallas. Hey, we just get the people in position. I'm paraphrasing, and then we get out the way. We let the players play. And Magic Johnson, he's just standing and smiling and passing and all kind of stuff. So I think it was a good look. I think from a standpoint, their future is bright. Washington's future is bright. We already know Magic Johnson's track record. Now, we know he's not a majority owner, but he's in that group. I mean, success comes to Magic Johnson for whatever reason. Whatever he touches turns to gold. He does have the Midas touch, and I think they have a bright future. They have a great quarterback.
He's going to be a problem.
He's going to be a problem for a long time to come. And if they are able to land, and these are the people I've heard that potentially will go to Washington, if they can land a Tyreek Hill, if they can land a T. Higgins, you guys are going to be in a world of hurt, right?
Yeah,
because I think they have
to be in a world of hurt. Go ahead, I'm listening.
I don't understand why. I don't understand why SKRAPP acts like they
agreeing with you.
Dominating the NFC East means winning the division on a regular basis. Nobody in the NFC East can seem to do that. You haven't had a back-to-back divisional winner in how long? So there's no dominance, right? Who won the division last year?
Dallas.
Okay, so why are we talking like we? So why are we talking like there's so much of a domination?
All I did was agree with you. I said, "Yeah, Rod, he's right." Those was my exact.
No. You was like, "Yeah, Rod, y'all in trouble." That was like, yeah.
They are.
But not the Eagles.
I'm agreeing with you. Now, when you start talking like that, then I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Okay. All right. No problem. No problem. I just think that Jaden Daniels, has a really bright future. And if they can
Absolutely.
continue they have so I think the components to a good team, obviously the ownership is going to matter, right? Player personnel, scouting, all of that, and then people buying in to the team concept, right? I think that their coach is a player's coach. People can relate to him. And I think that teams are going to be drawn to come to Washington, right? That kind of cloud that was over Washington, the mismanagement, the bad ownership, that's gone. You got Magic Johnson, forget everybody else, all the majority. You got Magic Johnson, you know that success is tethered to him. People are going to want to play there. Of course, it's the nation's capital, so there's going to be a high visibility. You have an exciting, electric quarterback. There's no stopping that team. I think the NFC East overall is going to get a lot better. It's going to be more competitive. Now, you do have teams that are financially strapped, right? You have the bulk of your cap space on two positions, right? That would be this guy, okay? So you got a $60 million quarterback, $60 million quarterback, and you got
the other side,
$35 million. No. It's not going to happen. But you got a $35 million wide receiver. So these things are going to kind of hamstring your team from ultimate success, unless, and we're going to talk about it in a few minutes, maybe Deion goes to the Cowboys. And if Deion goes to the Cowboys, I think, of course, it's not college. He can't have 86 players coming to transfer portal, but you will get to draw. People will be drawn to the Cowboys in ways that they haven't been, right? Because they know Deion is going to bring a certain level of success, a certain level of cachet, a certain level of flashiness that maybe the Cowboys used to have, right? It's lackluster, right? Because even if they have 12-5 seasons, when they get there, they're going to lose, right? Dak is going to fold in the playoffs. That stuff, Deion is going to hold and keep them accountable. And if Jerry Jones gets out of his way and makes the decision to say, hey, let's give Deion a shot, I think I like your chances of at least being competitive with that, because we know the Eagles, their ownership group, Howie Roseman, they make moves every single year. Yeah, they're all trying to improve on, they're trying to better their best. And I think the other teams are falling, back in that. Now, it's going to be interesting what the Giants do. But of course, Rod hates talking about the Giants. The Giants are bottom feeders. Now they have a great receiver, but what do they have at quarterback? That remains to be seen. So it's going to be really interesting how it all plays out. What do you guys say about Washington? You think that they pretty much have reached their zenith and Detroit's going to mollywop them, or you think that they have a shot? What do you say?
Well, I mean, once you line up, you always got a shot. Now, what they do with that shot is going to come down to their defense, really. Like the defense is going to this is the time of the year where defenses take over and defenses, put you in positions to win. Washington has a good defense, not great. They got a good defense. They got some good linebacker, Fred Warner. They got the couple good cornerbacks, but I don't know if they got enough to even try to contain Detroit, because Detroit just got weapons at every position. They remind me of another team from the NFC. They just got weapons at every position. They got running backs, wide receivers, tight end. It's just you got to guard too many positions, man. Now, I don't know if they got the personnel to match up, position by position.
They don't.
So yeah, so I mean, they had a good run. Like can it happen? Yeah, they can mess around and win. Will it happen? I don't know, because the Lions, they play on carpet. I mean, come on. They play indoors on carpet, man. They're not real. Man, I'm spitting right now.
Yeah, you're spitting. Detroit versus everybody, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
everybody.
Yeah,
so, you know what's gonna happen when when them birds fly to Detroit, man. We gonna do what we got to do on carpet or on the turf. But we talking about them in Washington right now. Yeah, I think Washington has come to the, as Boys the Men would say, the end of the road. I'm not gonna sing because I gotta say I can't show you all my talents, but I think Washington came to the end of their road. in Detroit. And I mean, they had a good, remember that pep talk a little minute ago? Remember we had a good season and all that. That's what Magic gonna be tweeting that, start from whatever, rebuild, whatever the cliche is that they say after a season. We're gonna rebuild and all that. But yeah, Detroit wins by at least 6. I don't know what the spread is, but I'm gonna say at least 6. It's gonna be competitive. They're not just gonna come punch on them because we NFC East don't play that, so they're not gonna get punched on. What?
Go ahead, keep talking. Let me find something. Let me find something to You see, hey Rod, you see how his is right on point and whatever. But I think Detroit will win by. They're gonna win by less than a touchdown. It's not gonna be more than a touch. This is not more than a touchdown game. I don't care who they playing. Like I say Detroit win by like 6. What you say, Rod?
No, I agree with you. I think I will say this though, right? Like I put in the chat. So you got the Commanders, they're 30th against the run. Montgomery is back. So now they got the two-headed monsters back in the backfield, Detroit that is. And so if Detroit sticks with the run, and if Ben Johnson doesn't try to get too cute, you know what I'm saying? Then I think they'll stand a chance. Lattimore, I think he's still injured with the hamstring. He's playing, but I don't think he's full strength. And so I think with that being the case, if you're Detroit, don't do what you did in San Francisco last year. Stay with the run. Stay with what's working. Whatever's working, stick with that. You don't need to highlight all your gimmicks in your playbook and got your offensive lineman, punting the ball on a fake to the receiver and all kind of stupid stuff that they do. Just stick with what works because Washington cannot stop the run. Now, on the flip side, the pass defense for the Lions is not that good. They're 30th in the league. So, you got opportunities there because Jalen is accurate. He's going to use his legs.
Who you say? Who?
McLaurin, huh?
Who'd you say? What did you say? Jalen?
No, say Jaden. That was
Jaden. I'm sorry, I said Jalen. I'm going to say Jaden.
Jalen is not talented.
Nah. Jaden. Yeah, Jaden Daniels, JD. He's gonna use his legs and he's gonna be out. Yeah, no doubt. So it's gonna be. So you got weaknesses on both sides of the defensive ball for both those teams. So we'll see what happens if they just stick with it. Washington needs to stick with the pass. But you know what I found out yesterday? I was listening to the sports show in Dallas. Let me ask y'all this question. Who do you think out of all the playoff teams have the highest run yards per carry in the NFL out of all the playoff teams? Who would you say?
The Eagles.
You said the Eagles.
That's the only right team. I know it's gonna be something crazy like the Commanders or something like that.
That's exactly who it is.
Yeah, it don't matter. That don't mean nothing.
They actually, and
they don't run the ball enough.
Well, Jaden, and again, and a lot of obviously sometimes come off broken plays, and Jaden is, doing this thing, improvising. But I mean, I just thought that would be interesting. I would have thought either Baltimore or the Eagles for sure, no question. But yeah, I like your pick though, Scrap. So yeah, if I had to go with a score, I'm gonna say Detroit. But I think it's gonna be a good game. They're not gonna wally mop them. I agree. So yeah, I got them winning 30. It's gonna be a high scoring game, actually, in my opinion.
I was gonna say 36-30, but you got it. Because I say about 6 points.
Yeah, you know what? That sounds about right.
But listen, hold on.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say. See, now you're gonna say
getting sick of this. I'm getting sick of this right now. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this.
I'm sick of doing the show.
Right. I'm sick. How are you guys? Come on.
No, he said last score. He said 27-9.
This is collusion. This is collusion. I don't like.
He says collusion.
We got to have independent thinkers on this show. We cannot just.
I said a high scoring game. So I was going in the 30s anyway. At least if I'm gonna say high scoring. So
you had it prior to this, and unless you guys are on a side thread going back and forth about, hey, I'm gonna say this. Independent thinkers right here. 30. You had them winning by just 6 points. You had it being a close game. What's going on?
My wife just left. She's cracking up at Donald because
because she knows what I'm talking about. Shout out to your wife, Renee. Yeah. She knows. She understands that. All of a sudden now, you always think about that. Yeah, I was thinking 36-30 myself. Come on, guys. Come on.
All right,
people want more.
No.
If that's what your score is, that's your score.
36-30. I think that's what you're going to get. Yeah, I think it's going to come down to the last possession. I think it's going to be a really good game. That game I'm looking forward to. I can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to say this before I give my score.
Ahead,
know that usually on these divisional round weekends, there is an upset, right? Can we just put out what team, if we had to pick a team to be upset, what team, and then I'll give my score, do you think will be upset? Who has the higher probability? I think we kind of started to that earlier, and then Scrap went on his whole thing about, no way possible or whatever.
Hold on. The highest probability. Let me look at all the teams that's playing.
Okay. I thought you were trying to come up with some kind of.
No. I'm very unbiased. Like I'm fair.
Oh, I don't know about that, Coach. I don't know about that.
Oh, Baltimore's the favorite. So Baltimore's the favorite in that game. Baltimore is most likely to be upset.
Well, that's the good question. That's good. So are you talking about that, Don, or are you talking about based on who's favorite?
No, he's trying to say the Rams.
Vegas?
No. I'm not trying to say the Rams. Yeah. What is the spread? I think it's 1.5 points. Yeah, I wouldn't consider that. It is, but I wouldn't consider that an upset, right? I would think, okay, technically from that standpoint, yes, it would be an upset. And I've said a couple of weeks ago, Lamar Jackson is not going to win both. He's not going to win the Super Bowl and the MVP. Him and Josh Allen, they're going to give one up, right? One is going to advance, one's going to get the MVP. So he's going to have to choose. He doesn't have a choice, but I think the way the NFL works, you're going to get one or the other. You're not going to get both, right? So if Lamar, I think if he wins, let's say he beats Josh Allen, then Josh Allen's going to get the MVP. Whoever advances, the other will get the award.
The consolation prize.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's who you say. You say Baltimore. Who do you say, Rod?
Honestly, I do think if there's a team that could upset, it probably would be the Rams. I'm not picking the Rams to win, but I would say if out of all the matchups, I would have to probably say the Rams. But I don't think they'll beat the Eagles though, honestly, or the Feebles.
Ain't no way they win in that game, so I don't know what y'all talking.
I mean, if I had to pick a team that you just asking based on who you think out of the matchup. Yeah, I mean that's about the only team. Because I mean, to Donald's point, I know we're not unpacking the Eagle game yet, but I mean, we will. I have an opinion on that.
It's next. Yeah. It's the next game.
Yeah, it's the next game. But we didn't get a score. What's your score for the?
So I think Detroit and Washington. I think it actually will not be close. I think the Texans Chiefs will be a lot closer. I think Detroit is going. They have something to prove. I think they're going to put up points, and I like Detroit to win 30-17.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're going to put up some points, and I think down the line,
what's your score again? What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Detroit 30-17.
30-17. Oh wow.
Yeah.
30-17. Okay. Let's talk about and so my upset. I think if there's going to be an upset. Typically,
you don't think we can score against Detroit? You don't think Washington has enough offense? I mean, they got some good weapons. They got weapons. You don't think they can put more than 17 points against Detroit?
I think this is what they have a good team. But once a team starts to put up points, elements of your offense start going away, right? So they have Brian Robinson, who's a good running back, right? And you can, and of course, you have an opportunity to kind of build on that run pass. Your whole offense is open. If Detroit gets a significant lead on you, you start to play into their hands.
But I mean, you don't think they can match point for point for them?
No, I don't. I think Detroit's going to get on them.
The secondary is good. They got old boy Joseph and them boys. They're good. They're better than last year. But I just think I still think there's opportunity for them to score.
I think Detroit will get on them fast, right? Okay. And I think it will kind of take the run game to a degree out of the game. And when they do that, if you know that now I have to spy Jaden and I have to look out for the pass, right? And let's think about it. Yes, they have McLaurin, who's their number one, right? But outside of that, they don't have another. I think they have Brown, right? Noah Brown is on.
Noah Brown will watch. Yeah, and that other kid who came up big.
Who's been playing now really good? Yes, I think his name is. I forget what it is, but he played really well. I think that helps, but that's not someone. If you try to take now that you know that they're behind, and I'm considering.
I think his last name Brown too, and it's like
Brown. Yeah, he's Brown.
Diami
Brown or something.
Diami Brown, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking if once Detroit gets up by 2 scores, I think that they can, the defense and Glenn, who hopefully he gets an opportunity to be a head coach. He has been phenomenal. And I saw an interview with him talking about how he started from the bottom. He wanted to make sure he went through every position, from position coach to this to that. And really gain knowledge of every position that would be potentially under a head coach to make him a better, well-rounded coach. I think he's playing for an opportunity to be a head coach, right? And I think he's going to try to dial up something that is, tailor-made for them to dominate. And I think that they will. I think they're going to get up. I think Jaden is going to, although he's had a phenomenal year, I think they're going to force him into some rookie mistakes, and I like them to pretty much dominate the game. It'll be close initially, but I think, or it may seem like the score it's not as close as indicated. I think they'll put up some significant points and pull away. Okay. But the team that I think, if there's going to be any team this weekend that's going to be obviously upset, I would have to go with the Rams. I think Philly could have the potential, and this is my reasoning behind it. Not because Scrapp's team is the only team that advanced in this, trio. I think the reason is because I'm not completely sure about Jalen Hurts. I think that there is a way to. You can take away Saquon. And if you make Jalen Hurts, if Jalen Hurts is not 100% running wise, right? Or he is prone or he's through concussion protocol. But if there is some way that Jalen Hurts in his mind is anywhere apprehensive about running the ball because of the potential of being injured and being out moving forward, even if they do advance, I think they're going to be more cautious, right? Because he is a commodity that they need to be successful to get. So I think keeping him or forcing him to be a pocket quarterback, I think hires or raises your chances, right? If we take Saquon away and now we're like,
who is we?
So you don't think Saquon, the Rams defense has been playing well over the last.
You said we.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yes. Okay. You got to listen to him, Rod.
If they, I'm sorry. If they, I was talking as a sports fan of the game of football.
Of the Rams. Okay.
No, I'm not a Rams fan. I'm a Niners fan, clearly.
Yeah.
Okay. If they take Saquon away, right? Let's say that's their goal. Saquon's not going to beat us. We're going to force Jalen Hurts to beat us. Do you feel confident that Jalen Hurts with his arm and his legs, maybe not at full capacity or willing to go full capacity, do you think that is enough to beat them, right? Because the Rams, okay, that you have, if you think about it from a standpoint, you got good receivers on the Rams, right? You have 2 top-notch receivers, right? Puka Nacua is, say what you want. He's really good, right?
Oh, yeah, very good.
Cooper Kupp has taken a step back, but he can catch when necessary, right?
Yeah.
And of course, you have Kyron Williams and Matt Stafford. So
and Tyler Higbee, they throw him in there too. The tight end, throw Higbee.
I think he had a chest injury. He caught a phenomenal catch, but I think he was out for the rest of the I think he was out for the rest of that game. Don going for NFC West now. No. Listen.
5 targets in that game too.
Listen, man. This is all something they can all reflect on after this game and just build for next year.
So we have
NFC West now, huh?
So we have Rams. We have Rams in Philly. I think the weather is going to be a factor, right? I do expect somewhat of a low-scoring game because it's going to be super cold. And is it snowing there?
It's supposed to snow like maybe an hour before kickoff. It's supposed to start snowing.
Now, if you have an arm like Matt Stafford, it won't. I don't think it'll affect you. If you have an arm like Jalen Hurts, might be affected. Might be affected by that. He might now because let's be honest. Prior to when Jalen Hurts when he felt it was necessary to put up big yardage games, he was more prone to a fumble, an interception. Now that he's only throwing for 170 yards, and you have the savior of the Eagles, Saquon Barkley, running for 170 yards a game, 200 yards, a couple of touchdowns, there's no need for him to really throw the ball. Now, if they take Saquon away, and now that arm strength and accuracy becomes important again, we'll see what happens, man. What do you guys say? They're going to pillage? Are they going to pillage?
I'll go first, and so you could, give you a difference to close out.
I'll bring it home.
You'll bring it home. I think you'll bring it home. I think so. So look, it's on the record, of course. I hate the Philadelphia Eagles. Don't like them. I don't root for no one in the NFC East for that matter. As a Cowboy fan, you don't like anybody in the NFC East, and you don't like the 49ers or the Steelers. Those I debunk any Cowboy fans that say they like those. I don't care what era you were born in. I don't care. You should have been. Somebody should have been teaching you. If you came into Cowboy fandom, somebody should have been teaching you, an OG, to say, hey, look, you weren't around to see these games. You weren't around to understand the spirit behind these games. But here's what you must understand. You don't root for these teams, okay? You keep the legacy strong. This is what happens, okay? So with that being said, I just want to make sure I get that right. Now, with that being said, Scrapp's getting ready to get an outfit, y'all. Y'all get ready.
No. I forgot. I didn't realize I was dressed down. My fault. I was out. I didn't realize I was out of uniform, man. My fault. Yeah, my fault. I was out of uniform, man.
But no. Well, you back in uniform, man. Look, Scrap. Listen, man. Last year was done. This year's you. Maybe, hopefully, next year will be me. I don't know. Maybe he's not. We'll see. I haven't done a Brooklyn Business Ball sports show with me going longer than a week, into the in the playoffs. So, last year, but it's all right. Nevertheless, listen, I still like the Eagles in this game. I hear your points, D. I do think that there could be some compromise if you have to depend on the arm of Jalen Hurts. Okay. But I do think that they have opportunity because the Rams defense, I know you said they've been playing a little better in the last couple of weeks, but they're still overall, they were one of the top, they were the bottom 5 against the run. They give up 130 on the ground. Like, they're not a good run defensive team. And I do think that there still will be opportunities in the air. They still got really good weapons, the Eagles, that is. And so as good as Matt Stafford is and on talent we already know about, they got weapons on the outside. I just think that they're compromised on defense. And to me, if the Eagles are to win a Super Bowl this year, it is strictly, in my opinion, if this happens, it's going to be because of their defense. I think that Vic Fangio does not. I mean, I'm sure he is out there, Scrap. You got your ear to the ground with the local media there, I'm sure. But Vic is a beast on defense, bro. Like, people don't understand how this man, and he takes all these new school cats to school, son. It don't matter. You could bring the Shanahans and the McVays and the McDonald's and the McDaniels and anybody with any mix. Bring any mix. Anybody with a mix something in their name. That dude is going to out scheme you, and they got better players on the back. You see what I'm saying? But so Donald's not in agreement with my assessment.
I have time to cue it up.
Vic, that's cool. It's cool. Listen, Vic Fangio is the difference maker. That really is. Saquon and definitely made a difference. The passing game, this is what Kellen Moore really, I don't know, because he's really not the passing game for the Eagles is not as effective as it was in prior years. So I think that's dipped off a lot. And with Jalen not running as much now, and I still think there's some concern there with the concussion issue, but he did run a little bit last week. He only threw the ball 21 times last week. So again,
he only had
to. Huh?
He only had to, like, I mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Saquon still rushed for over 100 and some change. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think they'll win this game. I do. I think they'll win this game. I just don't think the Rams got enough. Great story. They start off slow. They always end up great.
That's what I said. They got something to build on for next year. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think, but I don't think they're going to beat the Eagles because of the Eagles defense. If that defense was from last year, then yeah, no doubt they getting blown off the map. This is a better defense. Yeah,
it's not the same.
What say you, Scott?
Now, I say this, Rod. You are absolutely right. I couldn't agree more. Still uniting on down. But no, I mean, but you kind of hit the nail right on the head. Like, it's going to start with the defense. You know, the defense defense dictates the game. That's why we defer when we get, on the kickoff. We win the coin toss. We put the defense out there first to kind of set the tone. Okay, so the offense is going to do what it does. Like, they don't have an answer for Barkley. They don't have an answer for pretty much anything. And you talking about Jalen Hurts, D. I don't know if you know, but in inclement weather, Stafford is 1-8 in inclement weather. I mean, that don't really mean nothing because, stats were made by playing games, so he could actually be 2-8 after this week, which he won't. He's going to be 1-9.
Can I say something right there real quick, Scrap? I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you're right. Because 1-8, because think about it. His whole career is in a dome. Even though he's played outside in Chicago, but Minnesota's in the dome. So he's played most of his career in NFC and the North in the dome, and then, of course, out west in LA. So that is an interesting fact. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So no, it's fine. It's fine. So the weather definitely plays a part. Now, their run defense, Rod said it. They're not good against the run. Like, they can crowd the box and do whatever. Jalen showed you last week that he is back and he will run the ball if he has to. If he sees, the opportunity, he will take off with the ball. Like, as much as you want us to lose, Don, I'm sorry, it's not happening this week. It's not. So you're going to be making that face next week, trying to say, all right, well, the Lions is this, that. That's if they even win. But this week we're going to pillage. We're really, because we should have pillaged last week. We left a lot of points on the field last week because we had a whole bunch of extra possessions and we didn't score. Like, we sputtered a lot. So I think this week it'll be a lot more clicking, a lot less, punting. And yeah, man, this is going to be ugly tomorrow. Ugly. Tyrone Hill ugly. Like, I'm trying to tell you, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad, man. It's going to be bad. Bad.
I'm ready for a score. What do you guys say?
All right, I'm going to factor the weather into this, right? So we're going to have to run the ball a lot because the snow and, I don't know, the wind and all that. It's going to be nasty out. So I'm going to say Eagles, I'm going to say 27-12. 27-12.
Yeah, I say 22-13. What?
You was 1 point off.
22-13. 22-13. Go on, D. I always give those little.
You hear that, nutso? The boy here says he owes me. He owes me.
So every game, every score is 1 point, positive or negative. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't see any problem with that.
What do you mean 1 point positive or negative? I don't know.
I'm on a heater. I'm on a heater right now. He just,
Well, I picked a different score than what Scrap picked. What'd you pick against Scrap? What'd you pick? 20, what'd you say?
27-12.
27-12.
Yeah.
And what'd you pick?
I had 22-13. I had 22-13, but I think 22-13. Yeah.
How do you get to 22, right?
Well, you're gonna have to kick some field goals. You can get okay, so 13. Let's see.
Right. Right. How do you get to? Is there a safety? There's going to be a safety in there.
I mean, safeties are part of the game.
No, that's so you're factoring. You're coming up with scores with safeties involved,
and you can miss an extra point. I mean, not an extra point. You may go for 2, or you can miss it and not convert, or you can miss an extra point. So
miss 2 extra points, right?
So that's So you get something. So
Elliott's good for it.
I'm thinking about the kicking game in the weather, so I don't know. Maybe I need to rethink that because the kicking game is going to be interesting too. So I don't know. That should be interesting.
22-13. Okay.
Our kicking game ain't gonna be. Our kicking game gonna be crazy because we gonna kick some. You know what? We putting foot tomorrow.
All right, I'm gonna go with. It's my upset alert of the week. I'm sick of this. Upset alert. Nah, it's not my upset alert.
No.
But I do think. I do think that there is an opportunity. They do have a chance, and it could happen. Yeah. But I'm going to go because of the weather. No, you know what? I am going on an upset. Upset alert. Eagles are going to lose. I'm going to go 24-20. I'm going with the Rams. I'm going with the Rams.
Are we not surprised?
I'm going with the Rams. 24-20.
You know what you need to do.
And it's going to be based off of. Let me just give my analysis.
It's going to be
based. No, it's not based off of hate. It's not based off of hate.
Based off of hate. I don't know what it is.
It's going to be based off of the fact that I think that they'll have the ability to be more balanced for a longer period of time. I think if Stafford. I know that the Eagles, we know what Stafford does when you blitz, you have to blitz. And the Eagles don't blitz. If they can't get to Stafford and make him uncomfortable, because he's not going to move, right? He's an immobile quarterback. He's a statue. If he can stay somewhat comfortable, his arm talent is good. You have to respect his arm talent. You have to respect his ability to get his skilled players the ball. I like the chances. Listen. I got to put someone on upset alert, and that's what I'm going to
do. I mean, next year we're going to do something about these upset alerts because you can't have infinite upset alerts when you keep being wrong.
Listen, there was a few that I was off unexpected.
A few? You mean there was a few that you were on? Most of them you were off.
Okay, so one in particular that a few of them I was not on based on field goals. There was field goals that was lost. There was one, the Cincinnati versus Baltimore. The kicker missed, I don't know how many field goals, and they wound up losing the game. So, like, if I call an upset alert, next year we'll keep track of them. We'll keep track of them. Hey, listen, somebody has to take. I can't, just. I mean, does the show becomes boring if whatever score you say, I just say 2 points less or 2 points more?
But you still gotta be objective, though, D. You
can't just be hating.
Just to add some spice. I mean, you still gotta be objective. Like that.
I think the Rams out of the teams. Now, obviously, we think
not even a good conspiracy theory pick you picking.
Exactly.
Like, what would benefit the NFL to have the Rams go into a championship game? Nobody wants to see the Rams.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we could talk offline about my conspiracy theory about the Rams advancing.
Oh, because of the
I do have a conspiracy theory based off of that.
Really? Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. A catastrophe theory.
Listen.
But I mean, okay,
it's
but
true. It's true.
Based on whatever you could share, right? And
anytime there has been a catastrophe, those teams, the Saints, right?
Yeah, we played them when the thing they beat us in the playoffs that year.
Yeah, so it happened.
That's one example. I mean, yeah.
Hello, 9/11. What the teams do there? Like it happens. There is a correlation with a fan base and trying to a degree get people's mind off something as trivial as sports, getting their mind off of horrific tragedies. I don't think that's a major concept. So, yeah, there is that factor in it. But I do think that Stafford, Kyron Williams, who's a top 5 running back. I think Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, and, McVay having the ability to, get players open and scheme and try to come up with a way to win. I think that's a possibility.
They got a top 5 running back going up against the top 5 defense. They got a top 5 running back going against a top 3 defense against the run. Yeah, it should be fun. Should be fun for them. And LA already got their little thing. They got the Japanese pitcher signed with the Dodgers, so they already got their pick me up for what's going on. So yeah, can't have it in every sport.
This is football though,
but they can't have it in every sport.
Well, the Giants did go to the Super Bowl in 2001 season when 9/11 happened. I mean, obviously they got the break speed off him in the Super Bowl, but I mean, it's hard for me to think that they're going to show LA that much love. I mean, obviously,
I didn't say that LA was winning the Super Bowl. I didn't say LA was winning the Super Bowl.
They made it to the divisional round. That is a big to do. I'm clapping for them, man. They had a good season, but now I told you around this time, this is where the cream rises to the top. Man, this is not, and we're not in the uplifting communities right now. We're pillaging. We're in pillage mode. There's only one community we're lifting up, and that's our own.
I said pillage mode.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in pillage mode right now. Our community will be the only one being uplifted by this team. No.
I just think
those days are over.
I just think honestly, I don't think it's not the Eagles' year to win the Super Bowl. Even if you guys advance, it's not.
Well, no, Patrick's going to win it again, but I just think, I would like to see the Eagles in Detroit in the championship game. I like,
and you will. Asking you shall receive. Asking you now. I don't know what Don's talking about. Asking you shall receive. Right? You're gonna see us put foot tomorrow, and then we're gonna go to Detroit and put even more foot. That's what's gonna happen. Like, I don't know what Don's talking about.
And so what would? Okay, we won't talk about, because nobody wants to see. Let's say Kansas City makes it. Nobody wants to see Kansas City and the Eagles in the Super Bowl again. That was like, nobody wants to see that again.
Then don't watch.
No, nobody wants to see it. It's not going to happen, but nobody wants to see that. If anything, the most exciting one, I guess, would be.
You really don't think Kansas City going to make it to the Super Bowl?
I don't.
I do. I think
I don't.
They will.
Okay, all right, well,
I don't think this year.
If they do, if Kansas City make it to the Super Bowl, then don't watch us beat them.
I'll take the field. I'll take the field this year.
15-2 team. I mean, and they've won back-to-back Super Bowls and won 3 in the last 5 years. So I mean, I can't see how.
I have another
conspiracy.
I do have one on that. Why Patrick Mahomes? That's what you guys have. But Patrick Mahomes will not win. It won't be a three-peat.
Yeah, it definitely won't. It definitely won't.
Well, SKRAPP is saying
not for his ridiculous reasons, but
Eagles are going to win. But why are you saying that?
We'll discuss it offline. It's not a online discussion. Okay. But in any case, let's quickly talk about
game of the weekend.
Baltimore and Buffalo. That's to me the most exciting game.
Absolutely.
2 potential MVP candidates. It's been neck and neck all season. Josh Allen has played phenomenal. People thought that it was going to be a down season with the losses that they sustained in the wide receivers, defensive players that left, and he was a turnover machine over the course of pretty much his whole career. This season, dialed back a lot of the turnovers, right? Being more measured, balanced, run game, actually leaning on Cook, being able to, pass the ball, get his receivers an opportunity, elevate them. Rookies, Kean Coleman, and getting players involved. Really impressive season. Lamar Jackson, of course, he's been playing well. Now, Flowers doesn't appear that he's going to play. He's doubtful. But I think they have enough to win without Flowers. If they give Henry the ball, their record with giving Henry the ball, 20 plus carries, I think they've only lost 1 or 2 games, or 1 game. I think they've only lost 1 game. So it's amazing. That's the marker that they have to get. They can't get cute. They can't get away from it. Lamar, play free, play loose, play to your strengths, go through your reads. If you don't see it, run. Nobody can. You're the cheat code of cheat codes. Nobody can stop you in the open field. And of course, you got Derrick Henry. Give him the ball 25 times. You got good tight ends.
Who did they lose to when they gave him the ball that many times?
Is this some cockamamie Eagle trivia?
I don't know. I'm asking. I mean, I really don't know. Rod, can you check that to see who they lost to when they gave the because I think they only lost one game when they gave.
I think one.
Who, the Ravens? You talking about?
Yeah. Who they lose to when they gave them over 20 carries?
Rod, you really looking that up? It's one of those. It's one of those things where
it's not. You can finish your thought, Don. It's just I was giving Rod.
So in any case,
last year when they beat y'all, talking about that.
No, this year.
No, they wasn't even there last year. I'm bugging. Okay.
Yeah, right. See, let's see. There you go.
So maybe they haven't lost when they give him 25. Maybe I thought it was one, but maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe they haven't lost when they give.
Let me go to the box score when they played the Eagles, and Derrick Henry had 19 carries in that game,
and they lost.
Okay,
but
he had 82 yards.
I mean,
he knew that. Rod, he knew that.
He didn't know how many carries he had.
Yeah, he had 19 carries.
I just said when he doesn't have 20 carries.
Okay.
He had 19 carries. Yeah. I'm fact checked. I know these things. It seems like it's coming off the cuff, but I know these things. I just didn't know who it was. Now,
I did.
With that being said, if they stick to the script, I like their recipe for success. If they give Henry the ball 20 plus times, and I wouldn't try to go just 20 or 20, shoot for 25, right? And Lamar Jackson, the ability for him to run in open field, I like their opportunity, the chances. Of course, you don't have Flowers, but you do have two really good tight ends. You got your run game. I think they have a recipe to win. Now, you're in Buffalo, right? So you're dealing with the weather. It shouldn't bother you, right? Because, hey, a run game and a defense travels, right? So you should be able to exploit that, run the ball, try to keep Allen on the sideline as much as possible. And it should be, you have a clear path to success if you choose to take it. Now, if you play like you played last year against Patrick Mahomes and decide that you want to take one of the most dynamic running quarterback, dual threat quarterbacks, and reduce him to a pocket quarterback, then you're going to be home in Baltimore in no time. But if you utilize all of his assets, all of his skills, his raw talent, his ability, he's become an excellent passer. He doesn't turn the ball over. He is, each year of his MVP quest, he has gotten better. He has surpassed even what we expected. And so I always think of Bill Polian talking about Lamar Jackson should be a wide receiver or a running back. He's positions. He's just not even a quarterback. And I laugh at that. But Lamar has to, you don't care how it looks, just get it done. Just win, baby, right? You don't care how you have to do it. You can do it throwing the ball 15 times, running for 150 yards, or you can get it throwing for 300 yards and rushing for 20 yards. Just get it done. You have the ability to do it. And I think if they're able to advance and they push for an opportunity to be in the Super Bowl with the extra weeks, perhaps you can get Zay Flowers back for a Super Bowl game. And that would be really interesting and exciting. What do you guys say?
Well, but what you got for a score though?
Oh, I would have, okay. Now, I think this game is going to be pretty high scoring. I would go 31-24. 31-24.
In favor of Ravens?
Ravens, yeah. I like
what you say, Rod?
I'm gonna go. Actually, I got Buffalo winning this game, honestly. So I'm going
no analysis.
No
analysis on the game. Just going straight.
Let me give it a quick analysis. Zay Flowers to me, though, D, I think that hurts them a little bit. That's a huge weapon for them. But if they stay measured, and like you said, I totally agree with you. They gotta run them. Lamar has to pull out all the tricks, everything. And he ran a lot last week. I was surprised how much they ran him last week. So I can only imagine they're going to have to do it this week in an even more important game. So I definitely see him running because what's going to happen? That read option is rough. Steelers kept crashing down on Derrick Henry because he was more the threat in their mind. And that's what it's going to be. You got to pick your poison between those two. And I think you're going to see a lot of keepers with Lamar. He's going to do his thing with his legs. I still think, though, I mean, likely he's going to have to try to get his spots with those other guys, likely, and the other tight end and those guys, because that's a huge weapon without Zay. But I don't know. I just really feel like Baltimore's going to do this. I just even though Baltimore's good against the run as well, like 80, I think they give like 80 yards a run from what I'm seeing here, 80 yards a game. I'm sorry, excuse me, but I just think Josh is going to pull it off. I do. I just think he'll pull it off. So I got Buffalo winning this game. Yeah, Buffalo winning this game.
What's the score?
So I got a score of 33. I got a score of 33-28.
33-28. All right. Well, the way I see it is, the way it should go is, I think weather is going to make a difference. So I think Buffalo can control, the flow of the game, running the ball. But I also think that Baltimore can squeak one out up there. I mean, it's going to come down to defense. That's just what it comes. Because if you don't stop Henry, you don't stop Cook, then it's going to be on the quarterbacks, right? It's going to be on their arm. Well, both quarterbacks are mobile. Okay, I mean, Lamar is all world with his speed, but Josh Allen is not a statue himself. And
Definitely.
he got a little bit more bulk to him, so he can actually run somebody over if he has to. He's done it.
Right.
So, I think like Don said, I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I like the Ravens 31-24. 31-20. Oh, you said 31-24.
It's okay. No pressure, man. It's no pressure. You guys can say we can all piggyback all the way through. This guys, man, I tell you. Jeez. Guys is something else, man.
All right.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And say, let's pick the same.
Yo, and I messed it up.
Oh.
I thought you said you and me to pick the same score. I misread the text.
Pick the same score as
I'm supposed to pick the same score as Donald. I messed up. Dang! Oh man, because I want to.
So as we know that this is an ambush, right? We know that.
No, only this was. The other scores.
Only this one.
Only this was. The other time.
I knew you guys were texting, doing secret texts. Ed two, Rodney, Ed two, SKRAPP. As y'all take the knife and twist it in my back and try to.
This time
it's all good, man.
But the other games we really didn't. Like that was.
We really did. That was completely coincidental. It was.
Okay.
It
But
was.
no,
But I misread your text, SKRAPP. My bad. Because I really wanted to see. Donna would have went crazy. You would have just shut the whole live down.
He's like,
I'm like, yo, it's over. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Thanks for joining. Boom, I'm out.
Seriousness, I got Buffalo winning 35-28. 35-28 Buffalo. That's my real score.
So both of y'all got Buffalo. Okay.
Yeah, I like Buffalo.
Yeah.
Cool. I like going against the grain.
Yeah. I just think Josh is gonna put it on his back. Like SKRAPP said, I think he's gonna scramble, gonna get them first downs. He's a problem, man.
It's gonna come down. It's gonna come down to the quarterback throwing the ball because the running backs kind of cancel each other out. Because what Henry can do out of the backfield, Cook probably can't do that, but Cook can do that in the passing game. Get upfield.
Yeah, so. Cook is a good back too. He got that speed. He hit that corner, boy. It's a wrap.
He's all purpose. He's an all purpose back,
and
he gets in space. And once him in space is almost like Henry coming downhill. Like you can't really get in front of him because he's going to. But Henry will run right through. I mean, it's like I said. If you can get them, if they take the running backs away, then it's down to the quarterback. And even though they both are good throwers, I like Josh throwing more than I like Lamar throwing.
Got it. Okay, real quick.
Agree.
Did I gave my score, right? Yeah, I did. All right, real quick. Let's quickly talk about the Cowboys. and what you think about Deion Sanders, the potential of Deion Sanders becoming the head coach. I know that I saw a notification that one of the coaches that they requested for an in-person, and I think it was completed, was Robert Saleh. That was a request that the Cowboys made. They did complete the in-person interview with Robert Saleh. But there was a conversation about...
They did Kellen too already. They did Kellen Moore already on the video.
Okay, Kellen Moore. I don't think they're serious about Kellen Moore because they wouldn't have let him leave the building. They wouldn't have let him leave the building.
They only let him walk out the building because Mike didn't want him. Mike didn't. Him and Kellen didn't get along at all. They're philosophically.
If you think someone, and this is just as a rule of thumb, if you think a coach has, or a position coach, offensive coordinator, you think they have potential to be a possible head coach, unless they're leaving to become a head coach somewhere, you never let them leave the building.
So yeah, but the disagreements with them too was just it was too much to overcome. Mike didn't.
Since when does Jerry Jones care? Jerry Jones could say, no, you guys can share the play calling, or
Mike would have walked out. Mike would have probably most likely. Mike didn't want Kellen. Remember when he got the job, Kellen was forced on him, right? He didn't get to pick his OC. Kellen is your offensive coordinator, and he's going to call the plays. Now, Mike McCarthy he wants to call plays. That's his passion. He is very territorial over that, and that's in which I'm not happy about that. But that's what he loves to do. If he can't call plays, he don't want to coach. That's his thing. He's a play caller. He's more of that than anything else in terms.
So maybe he's an offensive coordinator because he's not great as a head coach. Maybe he should just go.
I wouldn't say. I don't think McCarthy is a backup. McCarthy is better than probably half the coaches in the league. I think look, if you look at McCarthy's coaching record,
you said half of the coaches in the league?
I would say so. No. I would say so. I mean, he's a Super Bowl champion. He's won a lot of games. He's won a lot of games in this league. He's won a lot of games. McCarthy's a good coach. Now, McCarthy is not, he's not a culture guy. He's not, and he's not a guy that's going to, I think, elevate guys, you know what I'm trying to say? Not like that. Obviously benefited from an all-world quarterback, but he's not a bad coach. He's a good coach. He's not good enough to take a team over to the top like he had when he was in Green Bay. But again, he had an all-world coach. But he's not. He's the
bottom third. He's a bottom third coach. He's not. There are a lot of coaches I would take over him. A whole lot. I don't put him.
I mean, you don't think he's better than the coaches we've seen in Jacksonville, Tennessee, Indianapolis. That's Tennessee before Mike Vrabel. Okay. The coaches and with Las Vegas with the Raiders. He was better than what Denver had before they got what's his name in there. You know what I'm saying? He was better.
Why are we talking about before? We're talking about right now. We're talking Sean Payton is the coach, and he's been the coach, right? It's not Sean Payton's first year.
Okay, so even if you go now, I think he's a better coach than Raheem Morris in Atlanta. I think he's a better coach than what Arizona got. I think he's a better coach than what
who's Arizona's coach?
Seattle has at this moment.
That's not Kingsbury, is it? Who's Arizona's coach?
I don't even know who their coach is.
Is Arizona's coach? What's his name?
That's your boy, D.
Is it Kingsbury?
No. He's the offensive coordinator for Washington.
Okay.
Isn't it no, he
our old defensive coordinator, Gannon. Gannon.
Jonathan Gannon. Jonathan Gannon. Yeah. I think McCarthy's a better coach than him. I mean,
okay. So you named about 6 coaches. You named about 6 coaches that he's better than. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Is he better than any? So charity begins at home. Carolina. Is he better than any of the end? Is he better than any of the NFC East coaches?
Yes, I think he's better than Brian Daboll. Yes, I do think he's better than Brian Daboll. Absolutely, easily.
Okay. So because he won the Super Bowl.
No, because his body of work is way better. And Brian Daboll doesn't have a lengthy resume, but he's not a better coach than Mike McCarthy. McCarthy gave you more than what Jason Garrett did in less amount of time. But again, McCarthy wasn't going to, he wasn't going to take you over the top. I'm only making an argument about him being a better coach. I think you're making him out to be like he's just trash to a degree. He's
not trash,
not a trash coach. He's not, but he couldn't. He wasn't going to be able to coexist with Kellen Moore because just philosophically they were different. They didn't get along. They bumped heads, and that's why they let Kellen walk.
This argument was based on the fact that Kellen Moore, asking for an interview was just they have no interest.
To distract him. Just to distract him from what he's doing.
There's no interest.
I don't know about that. I beg to differ. I think Kellen is a serious candidate for them because Dak and Kellen Moore are extremely close. He's had a lot of success under Kellen Moore, Dak, that is. There's a lot of familiarity there, and unfortunately, you're going to have to bend a little bit to your $60 million a year quarterback, right? And so I think the continuity.
You know what this is the equivalent of? It's the equivalent of you breaking up with somebody and you seeing them happy and sending them a "Hey, big head" text. That's what this is. You trying to distract him from what he's doing.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, you mean as far as the Eagles are concerned? Well, Kellen Moore would probably.
If you're interested, you don't let him leave the building. Especially, you have a lame duck coach. He left. No, remember, Kellen Moore left 2 years ago. Remember, he was the OC for the Chargers. I understand that, but typically,
Mike McCarthy's still on the contract for 2 more years. So you're
for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So you would
at that time.
You wouldn't extend the coach if you thought Mike McCarthy was your coach. 2 years, you would extend him, right? You would give him.
But the argument is we're talking about when Kellen Moore
left.
Kellen Moore left 2 years ago.
Right. He left 2 years ago, but not to be a head coach. A lateral move.
Right, but you say they shouldn't let him out the building. How are they going to keep Kellen Moore if him and Mike McCarthy weren't getting along? And Mike McCarthy is the coach. He's got 2 years left on his contract, and he had still a 12-4 season. So
Jerry Jones then cares about Mike McCarthy to that degree. His comfort level.
Yeah, because first of all, Jerry Jones ain't paying no coach to just go sit somewhere. That's that.
No, I didn't say he was going to go sit.
One time he did that.
You could. There is a way that if you see the future of someone, this is my whole point. If you see the future in Kellen Moore, right? Because let's say
in Kellen Moore, how was they going to see D? At the time, there was no future for Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is an OC. They like Kellen Moore, right? He was a formidable OC at that time. But Mike McCarthy was your head coach, and McCarthy just came from back-to-back 12-win seasons. So I mean, you're not gonna let him go.
I didn't say let him go. Oh, okay.
So what was you saying?
I'm saying that, Scrap, do you understand what I'm trying to get at?
Mm-hmm.
If you see someone up and coming, right? Let's just say,
you keep him in the building. They should have just extended him as the offensive coordinator, even if he wasn't calling plays. Just keep him in the building.
So how about this? Ben Johnson, right? Let's say Ben Johnson is the OC, right?
Yeah.
Detroit's never letting Ben Johnson leave. Let's say they fall out of grace with Dan Campbell. You're not let Ben Johnson leave unless it's for a head coaching position, not for another offensive coach.
No, I understand what you're saying there, but that's a false equivalency there. That's not the same as what we're talking about. If what a better example would probably be if you have Dan Campbell as your coach, right? And say if Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson have differences, right? Philosophically, who do you think Detroit is going to let go? They're letting Ben Johnson go no matter what, because Dan Campbell is the coach, and of course what he's done, changing the whole culture around. Ben Johnson he ain't ever going to take Campbell's spot, and the same thing with Dallas at that time. I'm not talking about this past year. We're talking about at that time when
McCarthy wasn't chinging. McCarthy was still
a good D. We just were at at that time. You got to go back to that time. 12-win seasons back to back. Okay,
that both seasons ended in complete utter
but you're not
embarrassment.
Like Kellen, but you're not. So you saying Dallas should have got rid of Mike McCarthy or just?
I never said get rid of.
I'm gone. He wasn't going to accept that. I mean, the man got some pride. He ain't going to do it. We're going to stick you in the corner. And then when Mike's contract is over there, he wasn't going to go. He want to call plays too. He has a some pride in what he's offering and bringing to the table, which he brought a lot to the success of Dak Prescott in his career. He wasn't going to just sit in the corner somewhere.
So how many players, for example, what's the guy's name that was the offensive coordinator for the Patriots that they told him? Josh McDaniels. That's a good example. Nobody was going to let go of Belichick while Brady was there. And, we seen after Brady left his success and all that. But if Josh McDaniels had opportunities to be a head coach and, left them at the altar or left them high and dry to stay as an offensive coordinator because of the promise when Bill Belichick is eventually, and they love Bill Belichick. He actually produced, actually had championships, had something. He had power in that organization. Not like Mike McCarthy. He's a figurehead. He was a figurehead. You're acting like he was a coach but was like.
What I'm saying, but you're not going to just usurp the head coach and just supplant him with an OC because he's a good OC, and then maybe try to project some type of, well, you'll be able to succeed Mike McCarthy when his contract is over. But what are you going to do with Kellen Moore in the meantime? Go put him in the corner? Because what else can Kellen Moore do but call plays? So if he can't call plays, what is he going to do? If Mike McCarthy says, I want to call plays.
So you think that he would, after McCarthy leaves, he would double back and become the head coach of the Cowboys?
It's almost 3 years since but that was almost 3 years ago now. Remember?
No, I understand that, but you're thinking that Kellen Moore would say, now that you're done with McCarthy and you chose him over me, according to your statement, now I'm ready to come and become the Cowboys head coach.
I think he would still find that attractive.
Absolutely not.
I think
Absolutely
so. He will.
Not.
He will. He'll let bygones be bygones because that's a head coaching position. Number one, the Dallas Cowboys, the familiarity of the building, and Dak Prescott. He would definitely want to be interested in that job. I think Kellen Moore definitely would be interested in that job.
Just because he is interested in becoming a head coach, not because he's interested in becoming the head coach of the Cowboys.
No, I think he would want to be a head coach of the Dallas Cowboys and a head coach in general. But he's not going to say, I'll bypass. If Jerry made him an offer, you don't think he'll take that offer? If Jerry said, look, you know what?
If there were multiple offers for him to be a head coach, I think he would go with he would select another. Depending on the teams, he wouldn't pick that. I don't think if there were multiple offers to be a head coach, I think he would pick another head coaching position before the Cowboys. Just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I just don't think so. Why would you not take the familiarity of that? I mean, Kellen Moore would have to, you go to Chicago, I mean, you want to then deal with a rookie quarterback. You got that uncertainty there to Carolina.
Well, he's not a rookie anymore. You got veteran. Who has a better team? Who?
No. Who is a better team? I think Dallas is better than Chicago. I still think the Cowboys are a better team than Chicago.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Skill player for skill player, your team is not better than Chicago. What are you talking about?
Are you? Oh my God.
Do you see how much cap space they have? Do you see your receiving core?
I'm talking about.
It matters. It matters. What do you mean it doesn't matter? Yeah, their roster right now is better. Just because they underperformed, they have a better team. Their third receiver is better than your second receiver.
They have. Okay, let's look at their receiving core.
They have Keenan Allen, right?
More.
They got Ramadunze. They have Ramadunze, who is a rookie. That is a really good receiver.
Yeah, 54 catches. Yeah, nice little sack. Cole Kmet is good. Kmet, rather.
Who has a better team? So stop right there. Who has a better team?
But I don't think they're not that much better than what Dallas has. I mean, so Dallas can plug.
They're younger, they're cheaper, and they have more cap space. It is a better job.
If you look at the current roster, though, I'm just saying. Now, if you talk about if Kellen Moore wants to come to a Bears team where he could build a team, yeah, I think so. But I still don't think he would take that job over what the Dallas Cowboys bring. And then it's just the whole thing with only because he's been in the building already. And I think the only reason why he's not there anymore because of Mike McCarthy, who's no longer there now. So what would preclude him from coming back to Dallas? It would only been a Mike McCarthy. McCarthy's not there anymore. That's the reason why he's not in Dallas right now. He'd have still been an OC in Dallas if McCarthy didn't have odds with him. Philosophical differences. There's not like they hated each other as people. It's just that they saw offense very differently. And then come to find out, Mike McCarthy ended up still throwing the ball around all over the yard, no different than what Kellen Moore did last year when Dak had an MVP-type season. So, I mean, it didn't even make a difference. All of it was for what? But yeah, I mean, that's the only reason why he'll come back to play. He will coach Dallas, no question.
So,
I don't think he will.
So just for the record, your team, as
Mhm.
currently constructed,
Yeah.
is better than Chicago's.
I think
team.
we are. I don't think we are any different than Chicago. Chicago, yeah, more
better or any different. Better or any different.
He's a little old in the tooth. I mean,
okay, that's your third receiver. That's your third receiver. Who was Dallas's third receiver, Rod?
Well, we got Tolbert, but he underwhelmed.
Who's better? Who's better?
Keenan Allen's better than. I'll take a Keenan Allen over Tolbert. Yeah, absolutely, I would.
Okay.
Yeah, no question, I would.
Rome Odunze, cheap, good receiver, really good receiver.
Yeah, he is. He's a good receiver. Yeah,
their number one receiver.
Yeah,
he's not as good. He's not
a CeeDee Lamb, but he's good.
He's not CeeDee Lamb. But we're talking the combination of the teams. Individually, I would take, it remains to be seen, but from a standpoint, I think right now, Caleb Williams, he has some maturity issues, some things he has to work on, but at least he's not injured. At least he doesn't have pins in his ankles and stuff where his mobility.
Young. He should. I mean, Dak's got 9 years in the league, so you figure he's gonna have a couple bumps and bruises,
right? And he's the highest paid quarterback. So if you're giving me the option of going to a younger team where I have skilled players that are less expensive and I have more cap space, Chicago is a better team.
I can't refute what you're saying there, but if you're going into the mind of Kellen Moore, who has been in the Cowboys building, and you still did my familiarity, that on record, what you're saying is right, and most coaches would probably want that opportunity when you look at the long-term impact that the Bears could have with cap space and everything else and what have you there, right? But at the end of the day, it's the Dallas Cowboys. Kellen Moore was there. He knows Dak. He knows the players there. That it's just I just wouldn't see him picking that team. Go ahead.
Well, if you really look into the mind of Kellen Moore, right, you will see that he has a Super Bowl to get ready for. So he really ain't got time for all this nonsense that y'all talking about right now, man. Kellen Moore has a Super Bowl to get ready for, man.
I will say this. I'm real happy for Kellen. I do. I mean, on a low key, because Kellen was, in fact, Kellen was the second string quarterback behind Romo when he got hurt. Dak was the third string. People forget that. Kellen was the second string. But I mean, I'm happy for Kellen. I mean, it's good to see him succeed.
Be happy for him in like 3 weeks. In like 3 weeks. Then you can be really happy for him, man.
He's gonna have really soon an opportunity for a lot of in-person interviews.
Yeah. Who else is interviewing him? Who else has interest in him?
I'm just saying, I don't know, but he's gonna have the availability. His calendar is gonna be open for in-person. There won't be any more Zoom.
February 9th. After February 9th, he have all the time in the world to do it. I mean, it all depends on if he's going to Disney World.
He'll have some time after next week.
Yeah,
he'll have some time.
Yeah, because it's 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. So I mean, he got technically time, but I would like him. I would really like it if Kellen focused on what's going on, because that's what Jonathan Gannon did. He taking interviews during the Super Bowl run, then all of a sudden second half he forgot to coach defense. So we're gonna keep Kellen focused right now. Then let me see when the Super Bowl is. Let me look right now.
It's the 9th.
February 9th. So after the 9th, after the 9th, he can go ahead and do whatever he wants. Now, if he's going to Disneyland, then maybe around, let's give him like the 20th. I don't know if he's going to join the boys at Disneyland or whatever. So I mean, give him like the 20th. After the 20th, then y'all free to talk to whoever y'all need to talk to, man.
Nah, they don't have picked the coach by then. They don't have a coach by then.
Until then, man, Kellen's busy right now, man. I'm taking all calls for Kellen, man. Kellen's busy. Kellen can't talk right now. He's busy. He got homework to do.
He said, unless he's going to Disney World. Let's see. Hold on. They get another week.
If he's going to Disney, another week, man. You can't do Disney in a day, man. Disney.
Right. Exactly.
You got to go to Epcot. You got to go to Magic Kingdom. You got to go all over, man. Yeah, you got to do it,
man. Stupid, man.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Yeah.
Thank you. Chicago as an organization is worse. They are. They're no better than Dallas. They are. Thank you.
Is no better better or worse? no better sounds equal, right?
But if you want to be bad, then listen, go to Dallas where you could get, listen, every coach.
No state income tax. That's going to be the draw. No state income tax.
Anybody tell you that?
Or a free car from one of the local dealerships. Is that the draw to the Cowboys?
All the nice, and it's the brand, man. It's the brand. And if anybody had a chance to coach the Chicago Bears or the Dallas Cowboys, as bad as Jerry is, and I agree with Troy Aikman, it's not a coveted job for a real coach that really wants to win and do things his way. No, that's not the ideal place to go. But a guy like Kellen Moore, at the end of the day, he will just come in and do what he does, and that's going to be the thing. I don't think Kellen Moore has the ability to even run a team, but if he had to run a team as a head coach, I think the thing is it would be easier for him to do that in Dallas than to go to Chicago and try to do that.
As a Cowboy fan, that's okay with you? That's
no,
all right?
I don't want to. No, that's not okay for me. I don't like that.
So why did you fight me for all this time?
No, I'm fighting you
because y'all have to argue. Y'all have to argue about something.
It's in the bylaws. It's in the bylaws. We gotta argue. We gotta argue.
Game. Argument. Don says, the script, and then we're gonna talk about this, and then me and Rod's gonna argue.
Right? Yeah. So I just, time will tell. It's gonna be exciting. There's gonna be some good games. Games are starting in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, about 30 minutes. 30, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be asleep because I'm still running on fumes. I had to come in and go straight to the gym for
you
gotta
work tonight.
Yeah. I gotta work tonight.
Okay.
And we got our second playoff game tomorrow. So yeah, it's a
busy
weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, busy Coach. Weekend. We appreciate you jumping on.
Yeah, thanks for sacrificing your time, bro. Appreciate that.
No problem, man. No problem at all, man.
Good show, fellas. Once again, everyone, please like, share, subscribe to our Facebook, YouTube page. If you agree with our takes, let us know in the comments. If we're off, if you think our predictions are completely crazy, if you think Kellen Moore is a better coach, the situation going back to the Cowboys would be better than perhaps Chicago or some other highly coveted jobs, let us know. Hey, it's going to be good. It should be an excellent football weekend. Should be some exciting games.
Gonna be good.
We're going to see what happens. Will the Eagles advance?
Yes.
Will there be an upset?
No.
Will SKRAPP join us on the couch?
So immediately after the Eagle game, man. If they lose,
if they lose, book it. If they lose, we see because I'm trying to tell you, SKRAPP. Deep down, he doesn't want you to be successful. He wants misery. He wants misery.
God knows that. I want the Eagles to lose. Of course, I'm just objective.
No, but he's trying to be nice.
Yeah.
It's what you call
I said if they lose
in sheep's clothing. He is a wolf in sheep's clothing. He wants you to feel.
I want the
either
Eagles
way.
to
My
lose.
playoff game is at 5:00 tomorrow. So either way, I think we Eagles play at 3.
I think y'all got a 4:30 game, right? 4:30.
Yeah, y'all got an early game, right?
Y'all the early game.
The late game is.
No, I'm saying my playoff game, my team that I coach, the game is at 5 for some reason.
Got it.
Yeah,
got it.
Yeah, they did this to me 2 weeks in a row. So
so you're gonna miss the game then, SKRAPP? You said your game is at 5?
Yeah, my game's at 5 that I gotta coach. Okay. Yeah,
I feel you.
Yeah, so
wow.
I may not be able to tune in for the whole thing.
It might be. It may be something you don't want to see. It may be something you don't want to actually see. It might haunt you.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind watching us beat up on people, man. That's just how it goes sometimes. I don't mind that at all. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, at least you'll see the team that you're coaching. You'll see them winning, and then the professional team. Just check your phone every now and then. Look, count how many hours.
I had a game on live the whole time while I'm coaching.
Yeah, don't take it out on the kids.
Yeah, don't take it out on
the score table. Okay, all right.
Right, D. Don't take it out.
Jalen, get out of the game. I mean, start calling them by the wrong player's name.
I do have AJ.
AJ, what you doing?
So. I do have a Jaden on and I yell his name a lot during the game, so it'll be the same.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so.
Oh, man. Good show, fellas. Thanks
for
joining us, everyone. Until next time. Peace. Thanks, everyone, for that had their comments jumped
in.
Yeah.
Appreciate the comments.
We appreciate all the comments. Thank you. Peace.